The U.S. Navy's DDG-1000 zumwalt program promised a revolution at sea with stealthy, electric-powered destroyers armed with advanced 155mm guns and even potential railguns. Designed to leap a generation ahead, it aimed to redefine future naval warfare. But soaring costs and complex technology forced the Navy to scale back its vision. Today, only 3 zumwalts serve in repurposed roles, while the proven Arleigh Burke class remains the fleet's backbone, a lesson in balancing innovation with practicality, the birth of an ambitious vision. The roots of the zumwalt stretch back to 1994 when the Navy launched the Surface Combatant for the 21st Century Initiative, known as SC-21. The program was conceived to rethink the future of surface warfare and envisioned several types of advanced ships, including a heavily armed arsenal ship, capable of firing hundreds of cruise missiles. Over time, the project evolved and was renamed DD-21, then DD open parenthesis X close parenthesis, before settling on the designation DDG-1000. The lead ship would honor Admiral Elmo R. Bud Zumwalt Jr., a reform-minded chief of naval operations. The Navy initially planned to buy 32 of these destroyers, enough to reshape the backbone of the surface fleet and replace aging Cold War designs. But as the design grew more ambitious, costs climbed sharply, and Congress began to lose patience. The order was first cut to 24 ships, then 7, and finally just 3 by 2009. The Navy quietly turned back to its reliable workhorse, the Arleigh Burke class, which was cheaper, proven, and steadily improving. A floating power plant with a stealthy silhouette. Even with only 3 hulls completed, the zumwalt remains one of the most distinctive and technologically advanced surface warships ever built. At more than 600 feet long and displacing over 15,000 tons, it is 40% larger than a typical Burke, but presents a radar signature closer to that of a small fishing vessel. Its unique trapezoidal hull and sloped superstructure scatter radar waves away from enemy sensors. Antennas and communications equipment are hidden behind smooth geometric surfaces, giving the ship a futuristic look and making it far harder to detect. Designers even added ballast tanks that allow the ship to lower its profile in combat, partially submerging to reduce visibility on radar and create a smaller target. Powering this massive vessel is an integrated electric drive system, unlike anything else in the fleet. Instead of mechanical shafts, the zumwalt uses Rolls-Royce MT-30 gas turbines to generate an extraordinary 78 megawatts of electricity, enough to supply a small town. This integrated power system allows energy to be distributed throughout the ship as needed, from propulsion to high-demand systems like advanced radars or future weapons such as lasers and railguns. The design eliminates long, complex mechanical linkages, improves fuel efficiency, and reduces the number of crew required to operate the ship. Automation is a central feature of the zumwalt. Instead of the 300-plus sailors required to crew a Burke, the zumwalt operates with about 140. More than 16 million lines of software code manage everything from propulsion to climate control. And a network of thousands of electronic signals runs through massive modular enclosures that house tons of advanced systems. The goal was to reduce human workload and cost over time, though it added to the ship's initial complexity. The advanced gun system that failed to fire. Perhaps the most ambitious element of the zumwalt's original mission was its role as a naval artillery platform. With the retirement of the Iowa-class battleships in the 1990s, the Navy lost the ability to provide heavy gunfire support for Marines and soldiers ashore. The zumwalt was designed to fill that gap with 2 massive 155mm advanced gun systems. Each gun could fire precision-guided long-range land attack projectiles to ranges of more than 80 nautical miles with remarkable accuracy. The guns were supported by fully automated magazines capable of storing hundreds of rounds and firing at a sustained rate of 10 rounds per minute. On paper, this was a perfect solution for long-range fire support. In practice, it collapsed under economic reality. The cost of the specialized ammunition ballooned from an expected $50,000 to $100,000 per round to nearly $1 million each. Faced with such an astronomical price, the Navy canceled purchases of the ammunition, leaving the Zumwalt's main guns without usable shells. The ship that was supposed to dominate coastal bombardment found itself with two silent, oversized weapons. Why the Navy chose the Burke instead? As the Zumwalt struggled with runaway costs and a failing primary weapon, the Navy reassessed its surface fleet priorities. The Arleigh Burke class, first introduced in the late 1980s, had steadily evolved through upgrades known as flights. The newest Flight 3 ships featured powerful Army-Navy SPY-6 radars, improved cooling and power systems, and battle-tested missile defenses. They were far less risky to produce, widely compatible with Allied systems, and significantly cheaper. While a new Flight 3 Burke costs around $2.5 billion, a single Zumwalt averages $4.3 billion. And the first three hulls ran at least 50% over their initial estimates. Weapons also played a decisive role. The Burke's Mk-41 vertical launch system can fire a wide array of proven missiles, from Tomahawk cruise missiles to advanced SM-6 interceptors and ASROC anti-submarine rockets. Ammunition is widely available and affordable. By comparison, the Zumwalt's Mk-57 launchers were innovative but lacked the same mature ecosystem of weapons, and its main guns were effectively dead. The Burke's air and missile defense capabilities, built around the combat-proven Aegis system, continued to evolve, while the Zumwalt had to scale back its radar ambitions. Originally planned to carry a sophisticated dual-band radar, the Zumwalt ended up with a modified X-band system that provides local defense but lacks the reach and integrated fire control of Aegis. The Burke also remained a powerhouse in anti-submarine warfare, equipped with advanced sonar, MH-60R Seahawk helicopters, and dedicated ASW weapons. The Zumwalt, meanwhile, drifted away from that mission as its focus shifted. A new life as a hypersonic strike platform. Rather than retire the Zumwalt early, the Navy decided to give it a new purpose. The ships are now being refitted to carry the conventional prompt strike hypersonic missile system, a cutting-edge weapon designed to travel at more than 5 times the speed of sound and strike strategic targets deep inland. Work is already underway to remove the advanced gun systems and replace them with large launch tubes known as advanced payload modules. Each module can hold 3 hypersonic missiles, allowing a single Zumwalt to carry up to a dozen of these powerful weapons. This conversion aims to make the Zumwalt the Navy's premier surface strike platform at a time when long-range precision weapons are increasingly important, especially in a potential conflict across the Pacific with China. Hypersonic missiles could provide the ability to hit time-sensitive, high-value targets with little warning and from great distances, complicating an adversary's defenses. The Navy expects all 3 Zumwalts to be operational with hypersonic strike capability by 2026. The same missile system will also appear on future Virginia-class submarines, but the Zumwalt offers a fast, stealthy surface platform that can project power visibly and act as a deterrent. Lessons from a cautionary tale. The Zumwalt program offers a sobering lesson about the challenges of revolutionizing naval warfare. Trying to integrate too many untested technologies into one platform proved risky and expensive. The ship's original mission evaporated when its ammunition became unaffordable, leaving an advanced but underutilized hull. In contrast, the Arleigh Burke thrived because it evolved steadily and pragmatically, adding new capabilities without abandoning proven systems or breaking budgets. At the same time, the Navy's decision to repurpose the Zumwalt rather than scrap it shows an ability to adapt. Even a troubled program can find new relevance when reimagined for emerging needs. And that's the fascinating journey of the Zumwalt destroyer. If you enjoyed this deep dive into naval technology and military innovation, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.